Is the boAt Stone 1000 really made up of 1000 stones? Of course not. They didn't write stones, they wrote stone. A singular stone. So maybe it's a stone. Hey everyone, Mukul here, and this is the boAt Stone 1000, which I again snatched from a friend to review. What truly intrigued me about this one is its sheer size. It is huge as compared to any other cheap or budget Bluetooth speakers we go for. In the box you get a warranty card, one USB cable and two-way 3.5mm jack cable to use it without Bluetooth. And nothing else. You have to buy the Bluetooth speakers separately. And yes, that was a bad one. When compared to my older Bluetooth speaker, this was at least 5 times of its size. And for a price not more than twice of it. The speaker has two 14-watt channels, effectively making it a 28-watt speaker because 14 into 2 is 28 watts. It has these soft buttons on the right which can play and pause the music, increase and decrease the volume, can shift tracks and power off and on the speakers too, of course, and a M key to change input. The M key can help you change modes to Bluetooth or to the aux cable. Also, holding it can unpair the device from its Bluetooth connection if you are someone who doesn't like switching off Bluetooth from your phone, as that is too much work. On the play button, there's a light underneath it, which is hidden obviously to make it waterproof, but due to which it is quite dim actually. Now you would think because the speaker has an IPX5 rating, it is both water and shock resistant. Wrong. boAt carefully wrote these two phrases together, but having IPX5 ratings means that it is protected against tap water but doesn't have any certifications regarding shock or anything. So before you shock the hell out of it, just stop it right there. Now this beastly sized Bluetooth speaker is surely heavy as it weighs more than 1 kilogram. And this flexible plastic grip is a nice touch to it, especially when you just love carrying suitcases. What? You don't love carrying suitcases? Of course I knew that. This isn't a suitcase anyway. Flipping and opening the aux area was a bit of a hassle, but if you plan to use it in a shower, then that's actually a good thing. But you surely have to put some efforts in opening it for the first time, and I think for the next few times also. A good thing because only one of you is going to get wet from the insides. What? There are two rubber grips on the bottom to make the speaker grippy, of course. The speaker overall looks nice too, and the textured plastic finish on the sides is not tacky at all. Let's just quickly compare the sound of both of these speakers on Bluetooth before I give my conclusion. Samsung S10 Lite came out of nowhere, and people who were waiting for a Snapdragon Samsung flagship devices in many countries like India and others would be so happy to see this as an option under a more affordable category.
I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Except for having more hertz on the screen, the phone actually takes almost all other boxes. Samsung has actually planned this well. You're actually not losing anything on the performance, and you're getting most of what Samsung offers in a more affordable range. Plus its security, which a lot of people dig. Okay, in comparison, the Isonic speaker did really surprise me for its sound quality. But what I gotta say is boAt is definitely better. It is definitely at least 20 or 30% louder than Isonics, and the bass also just feels way more refined on the boAt. But the highs and the mids on the boAt were just fine. I'm not saying they were bad or claiming I'm a pure audiophile, but I believe I can't really complain here about them much, seeing how good the overall package is. So for those thumpy party songs, this device will really perform as one of the best Bluetooth speaker in this price segment. Especially if there are 7 to 8 people in that party room of yours, and if you have that many friends, I would never know. The boAt speaker also has a massive 3000 mAh battery in it as compared to Isonic's 1000 mAh, which is an excellent advantage. On normal volumes of approx 70 or 80%, it was able to give me somewhere around 7 hours of playback, which is darn impressive. And it takes almost 4 hours to charge. There are some bad customer reviews on the battery though. If you go onto its Amazon page and read, there are some of the users which are really not happy with the battery performance. So my advice is, as soon as you receive the product, use it a lot in the first few days so that your return windows doesn't expire. I know sometimes some manufacturers or factories from where they get their products they put old or refurbished batteries inside the product just to make sure, just to get proper worth of them. Now, I'm not saying boAt intentionally would do this, but this could happen anywhere in the supply chain without boAt or any other company knowing about it. So if in the first few days of your testing, if it shows a battery backup of, let's say, less than 2 or 3 hours on approximately 70% of volume, then kindly get a replacement for sure. So let's see what all you get when you invest more in this boAt speakers as compared to a cheaper alternative. In this case, it was Isonics. So the boAt speakers has a better build quality, better sound protection from water, better battery backup, and hopefully better customer support also, and a girlfriend. No, sorry, cut that last part. So is it still better to invest more than 3 times in boAt rather than finding other cheap alternatives? Well, hell yeah, if you need more worth for your money. See, there is nothing wrong in the cheaper Isonics too, but scaling up to Rs 2000 and more for a Bluetooth speaker totally depends on your usage and how much more thrilling sound you need. If you are happy with the sound of a cheaper speaker, which has good sound, there is nothing in the world which will push you in buying a more expensive speaker except for my cat, unless and until you have a buttload of useless cash to invest in somewhere. But the one problem with boAt is that right now they can cost you as upward as 2500 and even 3000 on few days. If you see them anywhere around less than 2500 rupees, then just grab them. They are a freaking steal in that price. But if you see them cost 3000 right now, and as due to COVID logistics have become expensive, I would say they are still a good buy as there are hardly any alternatives in the 3000 price segment. I mean, there are some Sonys and some JBLs, but no way they are gonna sound as loud as this one because of the sheer size of its drivers. If buying a speaker is not urgent and if it costs more than 3000 rupees right now, wait for it to drop a little. I will be posting its link in the description below. Buy from there if you like the video. Hit a like and sub and bell and a knock on the door if the video helped you. That's all for today. boAt out.